Daisy! How have you been? Can you believe that it has already been 3 years since we last spoke? Isn't that just crazy? Actually, I tried visiting Mom and Dad's house not that long ago, and it seems like everyone had moved away. There were totally different people living there. Is that what happened? Did you all move? If so, tell me. I want to know where the rest of my family is living now. Oh my gosh, Estelle, is that you? You know you have a lot of nerve trying to message as if nothing has happened between the two of us. What? What kind of way is that to greet your little sister after so long without talking? I think it's a perfectly good way to greet you. Did you forget why we stopped talking in the first place? Maybe? Could you remind me? You can't be serious. It is because 3 years ago, you and my fiancé ran off together. I thought I had finally gotten rid of you these past 3 years. But now you just show up out of the blue texting me as if none of that happened? Oh! Right, Greg! Yeah, him and I split up not that long ago, actually. Wait, you mean you two aren't even together anymore? That's right! After we ran off together, the thrill of it all kind of dissipated. So we just called the whole thing off. And by that, I mean that I gave up everything. You, our parents, and any kind of support from others to go and be with him. Only I thought that I would be taken care of since he made so much. But after all the drama, he decided that he couldn't work at the same place anymore since people were spreading rumors about him. So wouldn't you believe it? After we ran away together, Greg ended up jobless. And even after we started living together, he just could not seem to find a good new job. Tragic. I know, right? And when he finally did find a place that was going to hire him, his salary was way, way less than what it used to be at his old company. So basically, neither of us had any money, so we tried to go back and live with his parents. But feeling like we were being forced into living there due to our circumstances did a number on our relationship. We thought that it would be temporary, but then, before I knew it, it had already been 3 years. Once I realized how much of my time that I had wasted with him, I decided it was finally time to break up with him. Wow. I really just can't believe you right now. So you broke up with him, and that is when you tried going to Mom and Dad's for the first time in years? To go try and leech off of them instead? What do you mean? I just thought that Mom and Dad would be happy to finally see their youngest daughter again after 3 years. You do remember that after you and Greg ran away together, that they both said they want nothing to do with their backstabbing daughter. What? Did they really say that about me? That is like so mean. You think that is mean? What about you stealing away my fiancé? Anyways, we had a lot of reasons for finally deciding to move away. But one of those was especially so that you would not be able to find us ever again. Well, now you have to tell me where you are all living. No. Did you even read what I just sent? One of the reasons that we moved was so that we could cut you out of our life. I'm not going to tell you where we all are now. Okay then. If you all really meant to cut me off, then why can't I still message you? Huh? If you really were serious about it, then surely you would have blocked me, right? Well, yes. I suppose you're right. Although, now that I have gotten all of this off my chest, I think I will block you now. Wait, what do you mean by that? I mean that I have been waiting for the day when you would pop back up into my life just so that I could tell you that I also never want to talk to you again. Wait, Daisy? You can't be serious, right? You heard me. Consider yourself blocked and cut off. Hey, Daisy! Guess what? I got a brand new phone number. Wait, is this Estelle? Are you kidding me? Ding, ding, ding! You knew it was me. You were so mean for blocking me like that. But it's okay. I moved past it and just got a new number. Besides, there was still so much left that I wanted to talk to you about.
Estelle, I already told you that we are not talking anymore.
Oh, come on. You weren't serious about that, right?
I don't care how many new numbers you get. I told you that I was not going to be talking to you anymore. Now I just have to block this number, too.
Wait, no! Don't do it yet! I just wanted to say that I finally figured out where you are all living now.
Excuse me? Are you serious?
But wow! How come you never told me that you all moved to such an amazing spot? How about this? As an apology for blocking me the first time, you all should let me move back in with you.
Wow. You must have really lost your mind if you think we would even consider that. It is already messed up enough that you stalked us to the point of finding our address. But no, you will not be moving in with us. Ever.
Aw, but why not?
Because I am the one whose name is on the lease of this house, and what I say goes.
Ugh, I can't believe this. You know, you have always been so selfish with your stuff ever since we were little. Look, I wasn't actually asking, okay? But I am messaging you to let you know that I already stole your current boyfriend away from you. So I'm just letting you know that I am going to be taking your condo now, too. Any questions?
So many. What the hell are you babbling about?
Oh, also, Greg says that he wants to get back together with you. So you can go ahead and swap your new guy with me for Greg back, and we can put all this mess behind us, right? Now everything is all better, and we can go back to being friends again. Yay! I just love happy endings, don't you?
What? What are you talking about? I don't ever want to be with Greg again. And if he ever shows his face to me again, the only thing that I am going to do is drag him to the bank and make him pay me the money he owes me.
Oh my gosh, wow. You just do not know how to let things go, huh?
Not only that, but my boyfriend is someone who knows all about our sordid past. I told him all about what you did and he was completely understanding. So I somehow doubt that a man like that turned around and got with you after I told him who you really are.
Wow. I see. I didn't realize you did all of that. So I guess that must mean that I am such an attractive girl that I was irresistible, even in spite of him knowing all about what happened between us. You must be so let down by the men in your life right now, huh? But I can't help who I am. I was just born this way, you know?
Well, I don't know what to tell you, except that my boyfriend is actually right here sitting next to me right now.
Oh, wait. What do you mean?
It's pretty simple stuff, Estelle. He's sitting here right beside me, reading these messages. And he is telling me that he has never even met you in his life. So whoever you're with, it's not my boyfriend.
Wait, hold on. You're just pulling my leg right now. I guess this is one of those jokes that just doesn't translate very well over text though, huh?
You can think whatever you want, but I am telling the truth.
Well, that just can't be because your boyfriend is sitting here with me right now. So how can he be in two places at once?
I don't know. I guess the only explanation for that is that you found the wrong guy.
What? No, that can't be it.
Okay, then. What is the name of the person that you're with right now?
As if I'm going to play these little games with you. We both know what your boyfriend's name is. I'm not going to say it.
Okay, so... Basically, you are saying that you don't know my boyfriend's name. Is that right?
You tell yourself that if it makes you feel better. But it just isn't true.
Okay, then. Prove it. If you can tell me my boyfriend's name, you can have my condo. How does that sound?
What? Really? You'll move out if I tell you?
If it really is my boyfriend, yes.
Okay, no take-backs. You're dumber than I thought. His name is Thomas, dummy.
You think that my boyfriend's name is Thomas?
That's right. I'm right, aren't I? Well, I guess I won, so it is time for you to move out. I'll be there to pick up your keys soon. Hey, Daisy! Guess what? I'm here at your building to pick up your key. I know that you must have really loved living in such an amazing place. I'm sure that you don't want to move out, but the fact is that a bet is a bet. And don't think that just because you're my sister that I'm going to let you off on this one.
I'm afraid that you are not going to be getting my apartment.
What? What do you mean?
I mean just what I said.
But that isn't fair. You said you would leave. Now get out right now so that I can go and move in there with my Thomas. I already brought all my stuff here because you and I had a deal. You can't just go back on your word now. That isn't fair.
Well, I'm not dating anyone named Thomas, so I don't really see why I should have to move.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you lost the bet.
No, you're lying. You're just trying to trick me and buy yourself some time. It is so obvious that you're trying to lie just to get out of keeping your own promise. I know you're not telling the truth.
All right then, let me ask you another question. Just where do you think that I live?
What? What are you talking about? Did you forget your own address or something?
Well, certainly you must know that I live in Sky Towers near the lakeside, right? Room 5001, right? Oops, I guess I got sick of waiting for you to respond and accidentally gave you the answer. But that is the address you have, isn't it?
No, I didn't get anything wrong. I know that you live there because that is where Thomas lives. Do you think that I lied about knowing where you lived? I had to go through a ton of people, friends of your friends, and distant relatives until I could narrow down just where it was that you had moved to.
I see. So you had to rely on everyone else to tell you where it was that I actually lived, huh?
Yep. Pretty impressive, huh? You may not think so, but your little sister can be pretty clever when she tries. And once, when there were a lot of people coming in and out, I snuck in. And that is when I saw your handsome ex-boyfriend, Thomas. It was right then that I decided that I would take him and your condo away from you.
I see. Well, I am afraid that the intel you collected might be just a bit outdated.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
How should I put this? The fact is that I moved out of that condo about 6 months ago.
You moved away?
That's right. In fact, I moved because my boyfriend had to move a couple states over for his job. Thankfully, my company had some branch offices there and I was able to apply for a transfer. So we moved in together and are planning on getting married soon. The place where we live now is a bit old, but I guess you could call it a condo of sorts. But as for the address where you thought I was living, well, I haven't been in that place in about half a year.
Wait, so then, who is Thomas?
If I had to guess, I would assume it is the new tenant.
No, this doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm still pretty surprised, but whatever. It doesn't change anything. Thomas is still my man, and there is nothing that you can do about it. Although I guess that means that now I will have to find a way to convince him to leave his girlfriend like I did with you and Greg. But that's okay. If there is one thing I am good at, it's that.
Actually, if I remember correctly, I believe his girlfriend is the one that I subletted the condo to. So if anyone was going to be thrown out because of you, it would be Thomas and not her. By the way, from what I've heard about her boyfriends, his company went under a while back and he has been out of work ever since.
Wait, Thomas is jobless? You can't be serious about that, right? No, it can't be. You're just lying about all of this.
Well, I am sure that you will find out for yourself soon enough.
Soon enough? Soon like when?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that couple is actually engaged and she actually owns her own business.
What? You're kidding me.
Nope. I'm still partially responsible for the place since I'm subletting, so we had quite a few nice talks. And since I really have no warm feelings towards you, I went ahead and took it upon myself to tell Thomas's fiancée all about the affair that he was having behind her back.
You did what? Why would you do that? It didn't even concern you. What is your problem?
Perhaps not, but I figured that this was probably the best way to prevent another person from being hurt by your selfish and reckless actions.
I can't believe you!
Also, I heard that his fiancée had Thomas's car implanted with a little GPS.
You can't be serious.
That's right. And it seems that his car was parked at your apartment from last night until this morning.
What is going on here? You had him tracked?
Not me, his fiancée. But either way, there is no escape for you now.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
I just mean that you better be ready for it all to come crashing down on top of you soon. After that, I heard that Thomas was thrown out by his fiancée and tried to move in with Estelle. Estelle was still staying in a hotel at the time because she'd only recently ran off on my ex, Greg. So her and Thomas tried to go live with my parents. My parents actually moved into a retirement home not that long ago and said that they wanted no part in another one of Estelle's crazy schemes. I heard that after that, Estelle ran away from Thomas and tried to get Greg to take her back, but it was too late. Thomas's fiancée had already hired a lawyer and was suing Estelle for breaking up her engagement. Without a job, Estelle had no other choice but to find a job where half of her salary goes to paying back the money she owes. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Tara! What's up? Getting beaten up by your mother-in-law again? Or is she yelling at you? Pushing you around?
What? Sydney, what are you even talking about? Where is all of this coming from?
You live with your husband's parents, don't you? I can't believe they'd allow something like that in this day and age. It's kind of stupid. I know your mother-in-law must hate it. She must be bullying you like crazy, isn't she? She must want to kick you out of her house so badly.
Not really. I don't know where you get that idea from. My mother-in-law and I are quite close, actually. We hang out and go shopping, like, all the time.
What? There's no way. Everyone knows that mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law go together like water and oil. It's impossible for them to get along. That's just how it is.
That's just an exaggerated generalization. Why do you insist that that has to apply to me? It's not true. My mother-in-law never gets angry or anything. She's so sweet and she's smiling all the time. She always says that if you're an angry person around your grandchildren, you'll always be an angry person to them. So she's always really nice.
What the heck? That's not fair. My mother-in-law is always so mean to me whenever I visit.
Okay. That sounds like your problem, not mine. That literally doesn't have anything to do with me. So why do you have to drag me into this? Just because your family is like that doesn't mean mine is too.
Shut up! Jeez, you're really pissing me off. I wonder if I can do anything to get her to yell at you.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't. That would cause unnecessary trouble. Like, I'm so serious.
I am going to do something. It's annoying how my mother-in-law always yells at me for everything, but yours never does. It's not fair. I think you should be getting bullied too. My mother-in-law always gets mad at me for little things, and I can't stand it. That's why I almost never visit. One time, she threw her shoe at me for stepping on her carpet.
Wow. I still don't see what you're calling unfair, though. I didn't do anything for your mother-in-law to be mean to you. Your family issues don't have anything to do with me. Anyways, please don't do anything out of hand. I'm asking you very nicely, so please, stay out of our business.
No! I won't rest until you get to experience what I have to go through. I wonder what would get her upset the most. Let me think. Oh, I know. How about I take her money and use it in your place? I'll go on a huge shopping spree and you'll be the one to blame.
Are you crazy? You absolutely cannot do that. Besides, how do you even plan to pull something like that off? Do you even know my mother-in-law?
It's not as hard as you think. There's plenty of options to go with. But I'm not going to tell you because you'll mess up my plan. All you have to do is be quiet and wait for it to happen. I know you'll be shaking like a leaf for the whole time. I can't wait to see the look on your face when your sweet old mother-in-law finally explodes at you.
I'm not joking. You really better not do anything weird. If you end up doing something, it won't be pretty. You've been warned, Sydney.
You can try to scare me with threats all you want, but it's no use. I already have the perfect plan. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. No questions. I'll make sure you experience all the pain I've been through. For all the times I've had to endure her bullying, I'll make you feel it 10 times worse.
Why are you getting so intense about this? What did I ever do to you? I think you should be putting that strength into something else. Like your work or raising your children. Anyways, you really shouldn't be doing things to cause trouble for others like that. You could get into some serious trouble yourself.
I said no! I'm doing this. And you're going to finally feel what it's like. You better brace yourself. Guess what? I maxed out your mother-in-law's credit card. She won't be able to use it anymore, so I threw it away at the fancy hotel I was just at. I also used it to buy myself some cute clothes and shoes. And jewelry. And I treated myself to an all-you-can-eat buffet and one of the most expensive restaurants.
My mother-in-law doesn't have a credit card. Well, not anymore, at least.
Wait, what?
She closed her credit card account after paying it off because she didn't want debt anymore. So, I have no idea what you're talking about. When did you even take her so-called credit card?
Huh? Well, I went over to your house for tea the other day. That's when I secretly took it. Nobody even noticed. And I'm positive I took a card from her stuff.
Oh, that. I think I might have an idea about what happened. Sorry about that, but you see, my mother-in-law is a bit careless and she has a tendency to leave her bag and stuff unattended, especially when she's in public. So we leave a fake credit card in her bag to trick thieves. You probably took that, right? That would make the most sense.
A fake credit card? What? You mean I can't use it? I was able to buy things with it, though. What the heck? Who does that?
Well, yeah. You shouldn't have been able to use it. When you go to pay for things, it should have declined. If it went through, then whose card did you use?
Wait, does that mean I used my own debit card this whole time? That's the only other possibility. I really hope that's not the case.
Oh my goodness. Is that what happened? If that's the only other possibility, then that probably is what happened, huh? Well, that's all on you. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, as my mother-in-law always says.
Stop that! I'm not joking. And how is this my fault? This all happened because of you. What are you going to do about it? This is your fault.
Why are you telling me that? All you did was go to a fancy hotel and buy all those other things with your own money. Nothing wrong with that, is there? There's nothing that I can do about that.
Of course there is. I was originally supposed to steal your mother-in-law's money instead. But it didn't go as planned, so you should pay me instead.
You're being ridiculous. I really don't understand your logic at all. I'm not paying for anything. You're the one who tried to steal. You failed and ended up using your own money. That's all that happened. You're lucky I don't report you for attempted theft. You should just take this L and go on with your life. It's not my fault you fell into your own trap.
Quit messing with me! You should have told me that she didn't have a credit card in the first place. You lied to me and now I'm a victim. You should be the one to pay because you tricked me.
Sorry, but I really don't understand what you're saying to me right now. I think you should stop throwing random words at me and go back home. You've had enough of that fancy hotel by now, haven't you? Maybe some rest in your own bed will help you feel better.
Do you think this is funny? Considering what I'm going through right now, you think I can just go home and everything will be all right? I'm going to spend even more money so I can get you to pay me back for sure. I'm not letting you get away with this.
Are you actually stupid or something? Didn't you just say that the card was maxed out? I'm pretty sure that means there's no more for you to use.
Who cares about that? I have cash. I'll spend this money and then I'll make you pay it back to me.
You can try and make me pay it back all you want, but I'm not paying back a single red cent. Anyone with any type of sense would be able to tell you how ridiculous you sound right now.
Well, why not?
I don't have a single reason to give you money. How many times do I have to tell you this?
You genuinely think you're going to get away with this, don't you? Unbelievable. You clearly don't understand how serious this is. You're a criminal. I won't stop fighting until you pay me back. I don't know why you just don't shut up and give my money back. Do you want me to drag you to court?
Huh. It looks like you actually think I did something wrong. But the one who is in the wrong is clearly you. Anyone would agree that you going into someone's purse and stealing a credit card is a crime. Thankfully for you, it just happened to be my mother-in-law's fake card, so you didn't actually steal any money. If everything went according to your plan, it would have become a catastrophic mess.
Shut up! That was my plan! I wanted it to be a catastrophic mess. That way, your mother-in-law would hate you and everything would have been perfect. Why is this happening to me? It was such a foolproof plan. This is all your fault. It's so unfair.
You wanted to risk being arrested and possibly sent to jail just so my mother-in-law could yell at me about money I didn't steal?
Exactly!
Ugh. You still don't want to admit that what you're doing is wrong, huh? If you want to do that, I guess it's fine. But I really don't think you should say it out loud to other people. I think you'd lose trust in everyone and all your friends are going to leave you. You might actually end up in jail, and nobody's going to be there to help you.
What? Why do you say that? I'm the victim in this situation no matter how you look at it.
I can't believe how adamant you are about being the victim. It's almost impressive. Well, whatever. If you want to keep saying that, then be my guest. Why don't you try talking to the police or a lawyer about it then? They're going to listen to your story and are 100% going to be like, what on earth is this insane lady talking about? I can bet you twice the money you spent that none of them are going to take your side.
There's no way. There's no doubt that they'll be on my side. They've studied the law for years. They'll immediately agree with me that I'm right. Just watch. I'll call the police right now.
All right, go ahead. Call them all you want, but don't say I didn't warn you.
I just called the police and told them what happened. He only responded with, okay, and uh-huh. He sounded like he was listening to me, but before I knew it, he hung up on me.
I knew it. I hate to sound like a little kid, but I told you so. I told you that's exactly what would happen, didn't I? If you finally learned your lesson, then hopefully you'll stop trying to steal people's money for your own selfish and stupid reasons.
What? Just who do you think you are? What makes you think you can say that to me? You criminal! I can't believe that you'd do something so terrible to me!
I've told you 1,010 times that I didn't do anything to you. Why are you so stubborn? You're a grown woman. Give me a break.
Shut the hell up! I'm extremely angry at you. You're the reason I accidentally ended up spending all of my money. It was supposed to be your mother-in-law, but I ended up using my own money. The police are useless, so I'll have to fix this problem myself.
You're going to fix it yourself? That doesn't sound good. Just what do you plan to do? You better not try anything stupid. Again.
I said shut up! Since it's come to this, I'm going to come back home and then I'm going to break into your house. I'll force you to give me all your valuables.
That is quite literally a crime in every sense of the word. I really wish you would stop acting like what you're saying isn't 100% illegal. It's actually scary.
Well, that's because it isn't illegal. I have every right to get my money back from you by any means necessary.
If you try to steal someone else's money and use it for yourself, it is a crime. Even 3-year-olds know this. It's basic common sense, Sydney. Why don't you let go of your pride and finally try to understand what I'm saying to you? You didn't steal any money, so you can get off with a minor offense. Anything you try to do will just end up digging your grave even deeper.
What? You're so rude. I'm over here struggling with the situation and all you want to do is act like you're better than me. You're supposed to try to help me. That's what decent people do. You have to help me.
The reason why you're struggling is because you were selfish and did this to yourself. It is not my fault. Besides, why should I help you when you tried to steal my mother-in-law's credit card?
This is your fault. We're both in this predicament because of you. You just refuse to take responsibility, huh? I'm never forgiving you for this.
We've barely known each other for that long, but you have such a strong hatred for me. I just don't understand you at all. I just want them to arrest you already. Then maybe I can finally get some peace and quiet.
Arrest me? What makes you think something like that's going to happen? I was on the phone with the police and they didn't arrest me then. I didn't do anything wrong.
Let me go over this with you. Again. You stole someone else's credit card, and when you figured out it was fake, you started to verbally abuse them. You then proceeded to threaten to break into their house and steal their valuables. If that's not considered a crime, then I don't know what is.
I just wanted to be able to live a lavish life without using my own money. It's any girl's dream, isn't it? What's wrong with that, huh? Why do you have to call something like that a crime?
Everything! Everything is wrong with that. I'm so tired of talking to you about this. We've been having the same conversation for almost an hour. When a normal person wants something, they usually buy it with their own money that they earned themselves. That's how the world works. They don't try to use other people's money without permission. Nobody else does that but you.
That's completely not true. I'm pretty sure there are people like that. It might not be a lot, but there are people who do that. Stop acting like I'm the only one who does things like this.
You know what? You're right. Sorry. There probably are people like that out there. Those people all end up being taken care of by the police, though. If they steal something, that makes them a thief. And thieves belong in jail.
I don't believe you. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going straight to your house to get my money back from you.
I said don't do that. Can you just leave me alone already? Why are you so persistent?
It's too late for that. I'm already in my Uber. I should be arriving in about 10 minutes. You'll be sorry when I get there.
You move way too fast. If only you could apply that energy to something useful. Like actually working to earn your own money.
No! Are you telling me to get a job? I don't want to work. It's too stressful. If I get a job, I'll never have time to go shopping. I want to spend other people's money. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll do anything to get what I want.
If that's what you want to do, then why don't you go bother someone else? Like your husband or something. Even though I'm sure you're already spending all his money.
He doesn't make enough for me to spend. He always uses it for stupid things like bills and food. He doesn't understand my need for new clothes and jewelry.
Wow. I just don't know how you can be so selfish. They say that there's a fine line between genius and stupidity, and it looks like you're clearly on the stupidity side.
What did you just say? Don't call me selfish or stupid. It's not my fault he doesn't make any money. Can you blame me for wanting to find other ways? He just happens to be the next best thing. Besides, I think you're the one at fault for saying that you were close with your mother-in-law. You brought this on yourself. Whenever my mother-in-law comes to my house to visit, she always beats me to a pulp. I don't even do or say anything to her for her to treat me like that. It's not fair.
I said something like this before, but there are so many types of families, and your family just happened to be the type that beats each other up. That's a problem between you and your mother-in-law. That doesn't have anything to do with me. So don't use it as your reason to attack me.
Whatever. This is all your fault. You're the reason why I'm in this situation in the first place. I'm never going to forgive you. Ever. I'm 4 minutes away now. Just wait until I get there.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't make sense for me to try and stop you now. Do whatever you want. Just know that if you end up regretting your decisions, I won't give a single damn.
I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going to regret it. I'm going to get back my money no matter what it takes. I'm getting out the Uber, and I'm walking up the road. Wait, what's going on?
What do you mean? Has something happened?
Has something happened? Me? Why are there police cars everywhere outside your house?
Well, that would be because I called them. I made a report and told them that I'm being sent criminal threats.
What? What on earth do you think you're doing? You're the worst. You're literally the worst ever. I never did anything wrong. Why would you call the police on me? You're terrible.
Oh, I am the terrible one, am I? I'm actually scared of what you're capable of, so I was just looking out for my own safety. If you're going to tell me things like you're coming to take my money using any means necessary, it's obvious that I would call the police on you.
You've got to be kidding me. Why would you just go and do something like that? Tell them to leave. Tell them it was a false alarm or something.
Are you serious? Why would I do that? Stop texting me with your foolishness and go get arrested already. I've been waiting all day for this.
No! I can't get arrested. You have to do something. I don't want to go to jail. Tara, please.
You're the one who caused this. You'd be crazy to think that I wouldn't call the police on you after all those threats you sent me. You went on and said whatever you felt like, and you acted like you couldn't tell what was illegal or not. I hope you finally understand the weight of your words and actions.
No! I said I don't want to. Tell them to leave. I'm begging you. Don't let them arrest me.
Okay, give me a second. Let me think about it.
Really? You're actually going to do something about the police?
Nope. There's no way I'd let a criminal like you roam free. Please shut up and go get yourself arrested like a good girl.
I don't wanna go to jail. Wait. The police are walking towards me! Help me! I don't want to get arrested! Help me, Tara!
Sydney was flailing around and screaming about not wanting to go to jail, but the police were able to pin her down and arrest her. They pushed her into their police car and drove away. After the police assessed her case, she was given an order to pay me a couple $1,000s in damages. I also got a restraining order against her. Thanks to that, she hasn't been able to do anything to me anymore. When she paid the fine, her husband found out that she was arrested. Her husband was furious and moved out almost immediately. They have been living separately ever since. I'm not sure if this is true, but I also heard that he was organizing their divorce. Sydney wasn't able to continue living off her husband's income, so she started working as a supermarket cashier. She's been living a lonely and quiet life, apparently. Serves her right. On my end, I'm continuing to live peacefully with my mother-in-law, and we're as close as ever. We always loved going out for lunch or coffee. After I told her about everything that happened, I feel like we got a lot closer. We're even planning a girls' trip with my mother to Costa Rica. I can't wait. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Babe, can you get a to-go order of some ribs on your way home, please?
Ribs? So you're craving ribs, huh? I guess it's been a minute.
Yeah, I've been craving stuff that I didn't really eat before now that I gave birth recently. I heard that other women have a hard time bouncing back to the body that they used to have after giving birth, but it seems like I'm having a rather easy and fast recovery after mine. I don't really see much stretch marks either, and I've lost a lot of my pregnancy weight now. Don't you think so?
I do. You could literally just sit down and do nothing but breathe, and you would still look beautiful effortlessly.
Aw, make sure to be thankful of me. I'm pretty, got some curves, not only that, but have a good career. I'm not an easy find out here, you know.
Oh, I know. That's why I treat you like the queen that you are.
I was on the way to the hospital with Eva, and guess what? Someone asked me for my number while I was on the way.
Someone asked you for your number? What happened then?
Oh, I told them that I'm already taken. In fact, that I'm married. Plus, the girl that I'm with is my daughter. I told him to give up and went my way. This is your wife. Everybody wants to be her. Be careful.
Oh, that's great. It's a roller coaster ride to have such a beautiful wife after all. By the way, what kind of ribs did you want?
I want the spicy ribs from that one restaurant. Oh, and don't forget the beer too.
For sure, my queen.
It's been kind of noisy this morning, so I checked it out, and I guess somebody is moving into the room next door to us. I saw them moving in today.
Oh, I see. The room finally got its new owner, huh? It was empty for a while.
I know, right? It's our first neighbor again in how many years? I don't even know.
Why not go say hi to them and introduce yourself as their neighbor?
Nah, I don't really feel like interacting with people.
Ah, why not? We should go say hi. I know the world we live in today is a little rough, but I want to be a kind and friendly neighbor to the newcomers.
All right. I know you couldn't resist with your kind personality.
Oh, if you do head over there to greet them, don't go empty-handed. Use this money that I just sent you to go buy some gifts for them before going over. I'm thinking maybe some fruits?
You want to even bring them gifts?
Well, I don't think it's very polite to go over there empty-handed. They're probably hungry with all of that moving going on.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing in the house to use as a gift instead either. All right, I'll go over there.
Make sure to tell me about what they're like. Did you say hi to our new neighbors? What are you up to?
Yeah, I did go say hi to them. I was so surprised. The wife is so pretty, and the husband was like a model or something. They were a very nice couple.
Really? That's kind of cool. Maybe they model for a living, perhaps.
I actually actually was so curious and asked if they were, but they said no. They're just regular office people. Anyway, I ended up saying hi to them and gave them the gift. I told them let's be friends and gave them both of our numbers.
You gave them my number?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're the one that told me to go see them. After all, we'll probably run into each other a lot since we live right next to each other. I thought it'd be nice to meet once in a while and hang out or something too.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh, so the guy kind of looks like... who's that one singer that's popular nowadays? It's escaping my head right now, but anyway, the husband looks like him.
Oh, really?
He's also super tall and got those bodybuilder type fit going on. It was crazy to see someone like that in real life. It kind of felt like seeing a celebrity right in front of my face.
I thought that you told me that I'm the most handsome man out there.
Oh, you're an exception, obviously. You're my husband.
I'm gonna get jealous if you keep complimenting him. I didn't want to hear all of that observation about him.
Oh, all right. I get it. I'll stop blabbering my mouth. You're off of work by now, right? Drive safe and I'll see you at home.
Hey there, nice to meet you. Who may this be? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry about that. I was meaning to say hello to you once we got moved in, but I guess I ended up only meeting your wife. I'm your new neighbor, and my name is Gabriel. Your wife gave me your number. Ah, you're the guy who just moved in next door. It's so great to finally get a chance to talk to you. Please excuse me. I should have texted you the day that I got your number, but we were in a bit of a rush to get all the stuff unpacked. We're just now getting a bit more settled down and finally got a chance to text you. That's fine. How was the move-in? Yeah, it was great. There wasn't much to put away because it's just the two of us, so it didn't take too long. Ah, so it's just you and your wife. It must be quiet and romantic, isn't it? It's fun living in a home with just the two of us, but sometimes I think to myself that maybe a baby could brighten up the mood even more. Oh, is it alright if I ask you a question? Sure, what is it? So, the lady that greeted us when we moved in, she's your wife, right? That's my wife. Why do you ask? Oh, it's not that anything's the matter. She just looked much younger than she actually is. I was surprised when she said that she'll go ahead and give us her husband's phone number. That's a little funny. Yeah, she does have a baby face, doesn't she? But she's a mom too. Wow, it must be so nice to have such a nice family. I appreciate that a lot, thank you. Are you and your wife newlywed? No, we've been together for a while now. We started dating a few years back, but now we're both in our late 20s. Ah, I see. Well, it seems like I'm a little older than your couple. Would it be okay to contact you every now and then? I'm glad to have such nice neighbors. I hope you say yes. No, yeah, sure. I'm fine with that.
I heard you finally got in touch with our new neighbor.
Yeah, how did you know?
Of course I know. I saw the husband in the elevator today and he was talking about how he finally got the chance to text you.
I see. What did he say about it?
Nothing much really. He just said, you're a very nice guy. It must be great to live with a kind person. I'm jealous of your couple, that kind of stuff.
Why did he have to say all that though? He said you have a baby face too.
Wow, really? See? Look, I'm still as fly as I was back in the day, you know.
But something just doesn't feel right about this. I don't know why.
What do you mean something doesn't feel right?
I don't know. It's like I didn't get a chance to wash my hands after taking care of my business in the bathroom. It's similar to that grimy feeling.
Oh, that's gross. What kind of analogy is that? Well, to me, he seemed normal.
You think so? Maybe I'm being a little overreactive right now.
Yeah, it might be so. I think you'll start to like him once we start hanging out with them a little more. I peeped at what they were up to today, and it seems like the guy takes care of most of the heavy work, like drilling and nailing.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I guess it's a good way to save a lot of money.
That's that, but it's also a good skill to have in general. Do you have that kind of life skill?
I don't know about that, but I do have an incredibly useful skill where I can make my wife live a happy life by making a lot of money at work.
You're right. That's the best skill to have out there, to be honest. Oh, I made your favorite dish tonight for dinner. Come back home early.
Okay, I'll make sure to head straight back home after I get off work. Okay, I really didn't want to say anything about it, but what is up with that skimpy outfit?
What about my outfit? What is wrong with it?
I thought it was already summer based on how you dressed up today. Come on now, we still got many more months until summer actually gets here. I was so shocked at the clothes that you were wearing today when you came out to greet me.
What's gotten you so shocked? I don't really understand what's wrong with my outfit.
Look into the mirror. You can't tell me that you don't know what you're doing. I get that the world we live in is a lot more open-minded and whatnot, but those booty shorts weren't any different from underwear. What is going on with you? You never dressed like that before. Why are you so eager to show off your skin all of a sudden?
The weather is already too hot for me. You know I am not really good with the heat.
This whole week's weather has been ranging from around 55 to 60 degrees. How is this hot weather in any kind of way? It definitely isn't the weather for booty shorts, is what I know.
Well, to someone that can already be too hot, why are you nitpicking at something like this? You're being so possessive.
At least put a hoodie on or something when you go outside. People will look at you.
They're looking at me because they're obviously jealous of me. It's not my fault that they can't wear something I can wear. I could care less about the reason why other people look at me.
Oh man, I'm jealous of you for being so gullible and thinking that the world is such an easy place.
Maybe you should relax once in a while and not take things too seriously. Who is really out here caring that much about what I wear? You're being too sensitive.
Also, I smell something different on you. Did you buy a new perfume recently?
Huh? Not really. I didn't even get to use up all of the perfume that I already have. Why would I waste money and buy a new one?
Well, if you say so. Anyway, let's try to be a little more mindful about what we do, alright?
Alright, I understand what you're saying. Hi, is this Aiden's phone?
Who is this?
Hey, I'm the lady that lives next door from you. I'm sorry if I bothered you with a sudden text out of nowhere.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. Hey, how are you doing? I actually never got to meet you. Is there something that you needed to tell me about?
Yes, I need you to know about what's going on.
What is it?
I have a lot more proof than these, but yeah.
Wait a minute, what exactly is this that I'm looking at? Is that your husband and my wife?
It may be a little too sudden and hard to believe, but it seems like your wife and my husband has been cheating on us with each other.
What? They're cheating on us? My wife? I knew it! I just knew something was wrong. The other day, my wife went over to your house and, without hesitating, just opened the door. I asked her what she was doing going into someone else's house like that. I was suspecting it, but I didn't think that they were actually seeing each other. Aren't you upset about this? You seem to be awfully calm about it.
I know, but part of the reason is because I was actually planning on divorcing Gabriel, so now that I have this as evidence, I have yet another reason to get a divorce with him.
You've been thinking about a divorce? If it isn't rude to ask, why? I thought you and Gabriel were doing fine with each other.
He's actually a total trash human being. I was thinking of ways to get away from him. I was looking for ways to escape from him without riling up a whole parade, but I guess this won't be that bad of proof to take with me to the court. I think I might be able to get a much easier divorce with all of this happening, actually.
What do you mean he's a trash human being?
You heard it right. He's the most horrible person that I've ever met in my whole entire life. He's literally so horrendous that if he were to actually be a bag of garbage, he wouldn't have any recyclables inside of it.
I have no idea what he's really like behind the doors.
Oh, he might look like the most perfect man on earth when he's in public, but he's got something that he's hiding from others. I didn't know about it either until I got married to him. With that being said, would you be able to team up with me and help me collect some more evidence of them cheating on us?
How are you trying to go about it?
Once you go to work, I'll act like I'm leaving the house to run errands or something along those lines. And then let's keep an eye out on what happens while we are away. You know, and try to follow your wife into our house when it happens.
Oh Lord, I'm about to witness this whole thing with my own eyes, aren't I?
Also, one more thing. I want you to try and get your wife to want to marry my husband.
What's the reason behind that?
You'll see why once we get into the actual drama that's about to go down. Please just trust me with this one and help me out just once. I'll text you again in the morning for more details.
Look at those facial expressions. I should have made sure to get some more on camera, but I couldn't stand how gross you two are.
I thought you went to work already. I saw you leaving in the morning.
Yeah, I know. I did go to work. I said goodbye to you in the morning and headed out to work and found you walking into the neighbor's front door as if it was your own house. I should have made sure that your parents were here so that they could see it themselves, man. I'm regretting it so much now that I already didn't have them here for when it all went down.
Aiden, don't tell me that you're going to tell my mom and dad about this. There's no way you would do me dirty like that.
And why do you think that I won't be able to tell them about everything that's been going on? Why, are you embarrassed of what you've been doing behind my back? Are you ashamed of the fact that you were cheating on me now? You're afraid that your parents might find out, I see. If you were that scared of getting caught, you shouldn't have even thought about cheating in the first place.
You're not the type to be like this, Aiden. I know you. Are you not going to forgive me for this? Why are you threatening me like it's something you're so used to doing? Do you think that I'm going to be scared of you because I cheated on you? Don't be confused. You're not the one with the lead right now.
Maybe you're confused about the type of person that I am, but I was only nice to you because of the fact that you are my wife. I'm not like that to anybody else, and you took advantage of my kindness for you. Wake up, because you're not that special someone to me anymore.
What about you, Gabriel? Do you not have anything to say?
I don't think I have anything to say, nor do I have any excuses to make. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Cool. Then we should end it here and cut it clean. No complaints, right? I want a divorce.
That sounds like a great plan, because I was planning on doing the same thing. Angelina, I want a divorce. I guess it's a win-win situation for you, because now you two dirty people can get married to each other.
What? What are you talking about right now? Why are we getting a divorce? I don't want to.
Wow, are you serious right now? Do you not know what you've gotten yourself into? Listen, you decided to cheat on me with our neighbor while our daughter was at home by herself. How am I supposed to live with an irresponsible person like that? Did you really think that I was going to live on with my life with a cheater for the rest of my life?
So you're going to make our kid a motherless child? That's not right.
I think that Eve is better off living with a single father than to live with a mom that's decided to leave her daughter alone in the house to go mingle with some random guy.
What are you talking about? How can you say such disgusting things? Oh, I guess it can't be helped since it's coming from an idiot like you.
I know, I'm an idiot. Oh, but I see that you do realize what you did was disgusting, right? I'm glad that you at least know that part. I like that.
Gabriel, I hope you have fun living with somebody else. After all, you didn't even really like me that much. But I wonder how well you can live from now on.
I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm sorry, Aiden. Don't apologize to me. I don't need an apology from the either of you. I hope you two disgusting animals have fun with each other and don't ever talk to me again.
Aiden? Is this Aiden? Are you there?
How can you dare to contact me again after what you did to me?
Please help me. I'm going to die. I'm sorry for what I did. It was a mistake. I'm sorry for looking down at you and taking advantage of your kindness to me. Saying whatever I wanted to you without a filter. I'm sorry that I left you and Eva and cheated on you with somebody else. Please forgive me. I have reflected on myself. I know what I did was incredibly wrong. Just help me out this once. Think of it as saving someone else's life, please.
What's going on with you? Did you cheat again or something? You should have stayed together with that jerk and made sure nobody else has to deal with something miserable like I had to. With what dignity do you have that you're now asking me for help?
Gabriel, that psychopath turned out to be a criminal. He not only went to jail for throwing his hands at someone, but he turned out to be a racist. He even had one of those discs around his ankle.
Oh, really? Huh. So this was what Jessica was talking about back then. Wow, it is unbelievable. Never in my life would I have thought that it was something crazy like that. So, you want to escape from him now that you're scared?
Aiden, please, don't be like this. We used to be so good.
Yeah, I had my happy moments, but in the end, you still don't realize that it was you who made the choice of abandoning Eva and I. You were so tempted by some guy that you left your whole family. This is your doing and your karma. Do you understand?
Please, Aiden.
I don't know what you want me to do for you now. I don't want to get involved with something dirty like this. You're a grown adult. You used to brag all the time about how pretty and smart you are. Use that smart, elite brain of yours to find a way out of this misery. File a divorce against him. Leave to a different state. Something. Don't try to come back to me talking about you need help, because it's none of my business now. Goodbye. Is this what you were talking about that one time 2 years ago?
I guess it finally happened, huh? I knew that psychopath wouldn't be able to fix his horrible habits of putting his hands on other people.
How did you get married to a criminal?
Well, I didn't know about it in the beginning. He only started showing his true colors once we got married. He manipulated a teenager and did things that I don't even want to put into words, and that's how he earned that tag on his ankle. A little later after that happened, I found out about it and wanted to get a divorce from him. It all happened for the better, though. I mean, your ex decided to pick that garbage up from me and take it in herself.
I had a weird feeling that's been lingering inside of me ever since this all went down, but now I feel a lot better to find out about the truth. It seems like my ex is paying for the fine that she owes for abandoning her family just to live with another man, and that man turns out to be a criminal.
It's the path that she took on for herself. A little update on me is that I've now found the love of my life and I'm doing well. I really hope that you'll be able to find out someone like I did and live a happy life, Mr. Aiden. I really do wish you the best of luck, and thank you for that time you helped me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had such an easy divorce process.
Although it was a rather short relationship that I had with Angela, I still had a wound deep down in my heart even after getting divorced with her. It's because I loved her to death when I was with her. However, I knew that I couldn't waste my life away living in sadness because of what happened in the past. Besides, I'm a father. I had another life to take care of, and she depends on me. With the effort that I've made to bring myself back to who I was able to secure a good position in the company that I work for and even got promoted. Although I became a single dad, I'm trying my best to raise Eva without ever having to feel like there's a need for a mother figure. After everything that went down, I was soon able to find the most perfect woman that I could ever ask for in my life, and we promised each other to get married next year. Now, I'm only gonna think about the present and the future, and live on with a smile on my face. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
I've been saying for a while now that I want my breakfast made by 7 a.m. And I've been doing just that. I thought I was always getting your breakfast to you on time. Well, today you were a minute late. If I get written up at work for being late, will you be the one to take responsibility for that? Having your food ready by exactly 7 a.m. every day is impossible. And I was only late by a minute today. So there's no need to get upset with me. So you're alright ruining my day from the start of it. Maybe you're not wife material after all. Did I really mess up that badly? As the breadwinner of this house, you need to follow my every word. That's your job. And I have always been trying my best in taking care of both you and this house. For dinner, there has to be at least 5 different types of sides. And when ironing my shirts, you have to at least do it for 3 minutes with every shirt. I've noticed you haven't been doing so well with those needs either. I've told you before, I can't always do the chores I am asked to do perfectly every time. Do I look like a robot to you? That's because you use too much of your time drawing boring pictures. Start doing the chores perfectly like it's your life on the line. Don't speak to me like that, okay? And these comics that I drew are a part of my hobby and way of life. You're 32 years old now, right? I think you're a bit too late now to be turned into a popular artist. I don't have to be popular to enjoy what I do, though. But from what I've seen of your comics, you only ever draw handsome men for lonely single women to fantasize about. Nobody's going to buy that crap. You've never even looked at or read one of my comics, so don't try me with those rude comments. I don't have to look at them to understand that you're not cut out for making comics. Alright, just focus on chores from now on. No. Your job as a woman in this house is to support me. And to make sure that I always feel happy enough to keep the food on the table. Do you have a problem with that?
That way of thinking is a few decades too late, don't you think?
I don't give a crap about that. This was just the way I was raised to think. And this is how I want to continue to think. And now that you're my wife, that's what I want from you.
Ever since we got married, things between us have changed a lot.
That's what it's like to get married. You go from being basic lovers to a married couple.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that I feel like I'm the only one doing anything to try and care for us.
Hey, hold on a second. Why are you changing the mood of this conversation all of a sudden?
You are trying to rule over me in this house like you're the king or something. But I feel like that's not how we should be handling things. We should treat each other like we're the same. Yet you are getting mad at me for bringing out your breakfast 1 minute late.
This is normal. I'm upset with you because your skills are lacking is all.
But I think that normal married couples don't get that upset over such minute mistakes.
This talk is starting to put me to sleep. I'll be getting home late from work today, by the way.
Huh? Why?
Don't ask me about it.
But I want to make sure that you're doing okay. That's why I'm asking. Do you have to stay late due to overtime again?
Sometimes a man has to take a break from fighting, so that he is strong enough to continue fighting the next day.
What are you talking about?
Every day I am very busy with work and whatnot. So occasionally I'd like to go out for drinks to catch a break. It's important for men like me.
If you wanted to say you're going out for drinks, just say that instead of that vague talk. It's throwing me off.
I'm going out for drinks.
If you're going to be late coming home, about what time will that be? I don't want you coming home all drunk in the early morning.
I don't know when I'll be back. But before you ask, don't you dare fall asleep until after I'm home.
That depends on the time. I can stay up until midnight, but after that I'll probably fall asleep.
After I get back, I'll be hungry, so I want you awake to cook me something up. I'd also like you to make sure that the shower is running hot for me. And buy me a 6-pack of ginger ale so that my stomach doesn't get upset.
You can buy that yourself on your way home. Or maybe just don't drink so much alcohol in the first place.
You're going to be awake when I get home, right? If not, I'm going to shove you right out of bed to get you moving.
Just as expected. Arnold didn't get home until around 3 a.m., and he came up into the room and shoved me off the bed. I went through making sure that the shower was ready for him, but from there I must have fallen to sleep without ever remembering. My name is Angie, and I am 32 years old. I draw and write my own comics as sort of a hobby, and in the hopes that one day I can sell them for some money. I have been married to Arnold for a little over a year now, but I never expected him to turn into some sort of evil ruler when it came to living with him. He never treated me this way when we were dating, but I've heard stories about how people change after they marry. And now I have Arnold looking down on me all the time. At first I was just thinking that he felt some sort of confidence in himself being able to run the household. But soon after, he only got worse, making my life feel as though I live in a prison. I remember seeing my parents crying at the wedding because they were so happy. But who would have thought that our relationship would do a 180? Now I feel like Arnold has something against me at all times. And I can see that he is up to something that he doesn't want me to know about.
Angie, go back to your parents' place today.
What's going on?
Right now I'm with another woman. But there aren't really any hotels in this area, so I'm going to bring her there so that we can have a fun night.
Wait! Hold on! Do you know what you're saying to me right now? Are you just drunk?
I'm not. And I'd like that house empty by the time we get there. I'm not laughing at this joke anymore.
Jeez, woman. I'm telling you exactly what I want to say.
Then do you really not understand what you're saying to me? You're telling me up front that you're cheating on me, right?
And do you have a problem with that?
Of course I do. I'm your damn wife. What are you thinking?
My wife, huh? To me, you're just a housemaid that I happen to have work for me. At least, that's how this marriage feels.
Huh?
If I'm not into you anymore, it's alright to leave each other. I'm not worried about a divorce either, because no matter what, I'll be fine. Ha!
I can't believe what you're saying.
Well, you'd better start.
I don't get it. Why are you doing this?
No particular reason. I just want to stop our relationship.
Talk to me seriously. Why the hell are you not into me anymore? And why are you treating me this way now?
It's not like I'm doing any of this because I want to.
Then why?
Because I am the one that runs this house, and that's it.
I can't think straight. My husband thinks it's okay to tell his wife that he is cheating on her and that she is more like a maid to him than a wife. None of this is okay, right?
Shut up. I'm the one that has been putting food on the table for you, right? Has there been anyone else besides me that has helped you? Who has been the one that lets you draw a bunch of meaningless pictures every day? Who has been the one buying you all the supplies so that you can do that?
What do you want to say?
If I have been the one keeping you fed and happy, then why do you think you have the right to complain about what I do?
Don't act as though I need you to be happy and alive.
What? So you're saying you'd be alright if I tossed you on the streets right now? All you are is a housewife, and not even a decent one at that.
Have you always thought of me that way?
When you were doing a decent job, which was rarely, I'd think of you as my wife. Well, most of the time I have just thought of you as my maid.
This is horrible.
What is?
I had a feeling you were a little dominating for a while, but I never thought you'd get this bad.
It's getting a bit chilly right now. Before you leave, would you mind filling up the bathtub for me? Maybe put some candles out or something. You know, make it nice.
I get it. I'm not doing crap for you anymore now that I see how truly disgusting you are and how you think of me.
Huh? I'd watch it if I were you.
I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. The man I chose to marry turned out to be the worst piece of junk.
You're pissing me off.
Then maybe you shouldn't have angered me first.
Then how about we really do get divorced? You'll end up homeless afterwards, but...
No, it'll be the other way. You really are a huge idiot.
You really have lost all of your ability to read properly, huh? You can't even understand where this conversation has gone.
Just like you've been wanting. I'm going to send in our divorce papers. I'm sure it's fine that I fill your half out for you, right?
So you really do want to become homeless then? Do what you want. Hey, Miss Homeless. What's up with this house's rent being almost $1,500?
You're not seeing anything strange. It's always been $1,500.
The rent's always been this high.
It's one thing to have me take care of everything to do with the house, but it's crazy to me that you didn't even know how much we had to pay to live there every month.
This was the first time I had ever received a call from the landlord telling me that this place's rent hadn't been paid yet.
Then you should probably pay that off.
Were you not paying for this place using my bank account? And how could it cost $1,500 a month?
The payment should have always been coming from your account. I'd fix whatever is going on soon before you get evicted.
But the problem is, there's no more money in my account.
I'd assumed so.
What?
Your paycheck was all eaten up after paying off your credit card bills.
What do you mean?
You always thought that you were paying for the household expenses using your bank account, right? But were you actually doing the math?
I thought our monthly expenses were around $500 to $600. I make about $2,000 a month, so I should have still had at least $1,200 to use on my card.
But that's before you'd also have to pay for the rent. And anyways, you were always spending around $2,000 a month with that card.
No way. If that was the case, then I would have definitely known, right? And if I was spending that much, then how was our monthly expenses all paid for before?
You still can't guess? I paid for it all. Rent, food, gas, water, and electricity. That was all paid for by me. To make sure that your card never got rejected when going out to buy things, I'd secretly put money into your bank account.
You're lying about all that.
Now that I think of it, I sacrificed a lot to make sure we didn't lose our house. Man, I was such a great wife, huh?
Stop spewing that nonsense. I know that there was no way you could have had that kind of money.
Then how were we able to rent a house and have food and water and gas and electricity?
Maybe because
I bring in around $100,000 a year. So if you put all that together, I was the one that made sure there was food on the table for you.
What did you say? You didn't even have a job when you were living here.
Comics. My boring comics, as you would always like to say. Does that straighten things up for you?
What?
It's not like I'm a pro or anything, but I have a lot of fans that like my work. Just from the amount of people that I get downloading my comics every month from the internet, I make around $7,000. And then to add to that, I also bring in money by selling some goods based on the series.
So that means you make money, all without having a publisher? I never knew something like that could happen.
Well, it's the first time I've brought it up with you.
If you were doing something so amazing as that, then why did you never tell me?
Because I never wanted to tell you about it. That had been decided a long time ago.
What the? Are you serious?
I really wanted you to ask me about my job, but you never seemed to take an interest in what I was doing when working on art and stories for the comics. I feel if I told you about my job, you'd only be interested in the amount of money I was making, right? That's why I never wanted to tell you.
Of course I care more about the money. It doesn't matter to me what you were drawing. But if I heard that you were bringing in that much money doing it, then I'd have for sure started to pay more attention.
You see? I never cared about making money from writing and illustrating these comics. I just happened to have a lot of people telling me that they wanted to read more and more.
Well, that was very nice of them. If they didn't give you money, you'd have never been able to continue with your hobby, huh?
Of course, I'm thankful that they paid me as much as they do to continue with my hobby. But I had to make sure to keep that hidden from you, or else that would be the only reason you'd be nice to me. I would have trusted telling you back when we first got married, but those days are long gone now. I'm glad I didn't say anything, because now I've gotten to see your true side. You not only told me you cheated on me, but you then went ahead and kept saying that I was like your housemaid, right? Even after that, I still have a hard time trying to figure you out. But at least I can focus on just making these comics, without you constantly trying to make me feel worthless.
Then, wait. Does that mean you're not homeless?
Of course not. I'm living in a really nice 2-story apartment now. And living alone makes this place feel like a mansion to me.
Seriously.
So what the hell are you going to do? What the hell are you going to do with your life now? You'll have to find a way to pay for rent, right? You might have to start thinking about life after being evicted.
Well, Angie.
Hmm?
I never knew that you were always paying to support myself and our house, even while I treated you like crap.
And? What does that have to do with things now?
Please, could you help pay the rent one last time for me? It turns out that I really did need you more than I thought.
Yeah?
If you do that, I will show you just how much I should have loved you over the past year. Please.
For God's sake. Are you really that thick-skulled? What makes you think that I'll help you now?
Please, forgive me. I'm seriously sorry for how I made you feel.
Is that all you have to say then?
I'm also sorry for cheating on you.
Oh? That's nice to hear as well, but too late. I've already sent the divorce papers to the city office, so...
Then, let's get married again.
Shut up, you loser. I'm doing this to not only show you how it feels to fear becoming homeless, but also to get a settlement for you cheating on me.
Ah. With how bad things are for me now, why would you ask for money from me?
I just thought it was right since you blatantly told me that you wanted me out of the house so you could make love to her.
Wait, just wait, Angie. I will seriously become homeless if you take more money.
That's the plan. I'll make sure that you learn your lesson after this.
Angie!
After the divorce was finished being processed, I was able to ask Arnold to pay me around $10,000. Not only was Arnold not able to pay for the house's expenses like gas and water, but after paying his credit card off, he was left with nothing to help him pay for the rent. The landlord kicked him out, and he now has to pay the rent that was due with monthly interest. He also lost the ability to use his credit card due to him still forgetting a few other bills that he needed to pay. And now he is living at a shelter, hoping that he won't lose his job anytime soon. After a few months at the shelter, he was causing problems with some of the other people there, and so he left and laid claim to a section of a park behind some bushes. He then also started to have issues at work, with him trying to get different people to hand him cash or take him into their home, and soon was fired for causing so much trouble. It seems he is still living in that park to this day, and he finally seems a bit more humbled by the fact that he can no longer use someone as his so-called housemaid. As for me, I'm still living in the 2-story apartment I rented after leaving him, and I'm continuing my work as a comic writer and artist. I've even started a new series, and so far all my fans are loving it. I have to say, I'm truly thankful that I have so many supporters around me, and that if it weren't for them, who knows where I'd be. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.